In this video, we are going to discuss about the evolution of sanitary pads. Now, etymologically speaking, the word menstruation is derived from two languages, Latin and Greek. In Latin, it is derived from the word menses, which means month, and from the Greek word mean, which means moon. So basically, it is used to compare women's 28 to 29 day cycle to the moon's 29.5 day orbit around the earth. This process is basically a part of reproductive cycle among the girls where blood from the uterus exits from the vagina every month. It begins with the onset of puberty around 11 to 14 years of age and lasts till 40 to 50 years. The earliest mention of menstrual pads goes back to 10th century where in ancient Greece Hypatia, a great philosopher and mathematician, threw her used rag to a man who was harassing her. The earlier menstrual products ranged from rags, sheep's wool, cotton, hay, rabbit fur, and even grass. In Egypt, women used papyrus and soaked it in the waters of Nile River to soften it. You might be shocked that in Greece, women used wood splinter and cotton as their menstrual products. Even imagining it sounds very painful. Moreover, there is also evidence that in England and Germany, women were in fact encouraged to stain their clothes. The first disposable pads were made by nurses of France in the form of wood pulp bandages, which they initially used it for dressing. This idea was used and the first disposable pads to be commercially available came in 1888 by the name of Southall pads. Further, in 1896, Johnson & Johnson came up with Lister's towels. However, women were uncomfortable in buying this product, so in the 1920s its name was changed to Nupak. World War I has greatly contributed to this evolution because cellular cotton was discovered by Kimberly-Clark, a US company, during those times. This product is 5 times more absorbent than cotton. It was initially used for surgical dressing that was developed by the company. And then, Red Cross nurses used it for their own personal uses. After the war, various tests and studies were conducted by the company and a new sanitary napkin made of cellular cotton and fine gauze came up with the name of Cortex. So, from using old rags to sanitary aprons and even to menstrual belts, this new sanitary napkin proved to be a blessing for women. Let us talk about the position in India where even today menstruation is considered impure and shameful. Now this origin of shame dates back to a myth that is mentioned in Rig Veda. Indra killed Vritra, who was a Brahmin turned demon, and the women took guilt of Indra in the form of eternal cycle of repentance, which we now call it today as menstruation. Moreover, various myths and taboos are still practiced in India, ranging from prohibition in kitchens and temples during those days to quarantine in menstrual huts. A country-wise analysis of menstrual health in India was conducted by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where it was found that 71% of girls have no knowledge about their first time periods. 88% of them still use old rags and ash during their menstruation. 53% of Indian homes still do not have toilets. This is really depressing. A major event occurred in 2018. 12% of GST that was imposed on sanitary products was scrapped after witnessing several protests by women all over India. So from throwing a used rag to protesting for the scrapping of tax, we have come a long way, but the road does not end here. I hope you learned something new and interesting today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to Inquisitive Mind.